Alright, what is up guys? So welcome to Tuts and Stuff, where I'll be teaching you tuts and stuff. That's the name. So you'll be getting tutorials on how to use certain software. Who knows, we may have a game tuts and stuff or a Photoshop tuts and stuff. But today's video is going to be about Moodle. Moodle, the online learning platform, used to do a range of stuff, right? If you go to their site, they use it for forums and all those other things. Lovely things. And we're going to show you how to back up and restore course content. So right now our course is very empty. We don't have much content. But this applies whether your course is empty or your course is very full, chocked of all your hard work. Right? So to simply back up a course is to go to this top right corner here where we have this gear. We click it and we scroll down a little bit and we see backup. Right? So we click backup. When we've clicked backup, it's going to carry us to this backup settings screen where we can fine tune what exactly we want backup. You can read through all of these. You may not need, for example, you may not need the filters, you may not need the comments, and there may just be things that you really need, such as this anonymized user information. Who knows, you might need to make somebody anonymous. Or you may need to include course logs so you can see an idea as the activity of your students during the time in the course. Or your grade history, or your IMS common cartridge, which never really, you can leave that out, you can ignore that one. But yeah, you can either choose then to jump to the final step, which just goes straight into backing up, or it's recommended you click next, and we're going to show you why. So we click next. And here we can further fine-tune what we want to back up. So we could choose to ignore the announcements. We could choose to ignore topic 1 and all that was covered in that first week of topic 1. We could choose to keep topic 1 but remove the user data and just have the content that was made. So there are other things we can do. We click next again. It shows us what we've selected so far. Here we're allowed to rename, and there's one key thing to note by this extremely red icon here. This extension .mb as in Bob and Z or Z, whichever one is your fancy, must be at the end of the name that you want to give it. So say for example we want to not name it this really long convoluted name, which actually does showcase the right amount of information. Tells us it's a Moodle file, tells us it's a backup, tells us it's a course, tells us that what the course code is, and tells us the year and date of when the backup was done. We may want to use that, or we may just want to call it backup. October. I'm gonna keep the dash and the year. And we must make sure that whatever we name it, the .mbz, Mike, Bravo, I don't remember what Z was, Zulu I think, all three of those, xylophone if you want to use that, M, Mike, B, Bravo, Z, xylophone, we're going to ensure that that is at the end. If it's not there, it's going to throw you an error and you're asking yourself, what did I not do? This is what you did not do. Alright guys, so we gotta ensure that .mbz is at the end of any file name. It's gonna show us a final check off of all that we selected. We can still go back and edit if we need to. And then we click perform backup. It's gonna do this thing where it runs across. Hopefully this takes quick so I don't gotta use magic. Okay, it took very quick. When it's done, it gives you a nice message that it was successfully created. We continue, and we are brought to where the backup area is. So here we are given, we see the file name that we made, we see the time it was done, we see the size of it, we see the downloader, and we can also restore immediately. Excuse me. Now, it's a good idea to download your backup onto something else. Put it in your cloud, put it on a thumb drive, put it on your external hard drive, put it somewhere else and don't leave it alone in Moodle, right? A saying is, don't put all your eggs in one basket. And it's a good saying for Moodle. You don't know what can happen. You don't know if you want to move your data to a completely new school. You just got that new teaching job, paying you thousands more, and you're teaching the same content, and you really don't want to have to build that all over. You can just download it, and if they use Moodle at the next place, you just upload it in there, right? Or who knows, there may be a converter that the school that you're going to, or wherever it is you're going to work at, can convert a Moodle backup course backup into whatever other platform it is. Good, less work for you, more pay for you. Ain't that a good trade-off? Less work, more pay. That's what we all want, right? So let us look at that. And we clicked backup to get here, but if you look up here, it's restore, and that brings us to what we're going to show you how to do, how to get back to this area, or rather how to restore from a backup. So we're going to click, so I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to the same gear to the top right corner of your screen. And we're going to click restore. And here we are back to this area. And how do we restore? We take the backup we have. So I'm just going to download this one real quick. And we can just drag it in there. Or we can choose a file and then click choose file and search for it, navigate for it, where we know we'd have saved it, and we just click restore. It's going to show us what it's going to do. It's going to know it's a course, it's going to give format, it's going to give us mode, the date it was taken, all of that. It's going to show us all the content it's going to bring in, and we can click continue. Then we can restore the new course. So there's two things we can do, or three. We can restore the new course, meaning any data that was there before will be completely wiped clean and replaced with the backup. Or we can restore into this course, meaning we can either have the option to merge the data from the current backup with the content that we currently have, or we can delete the contents of the course and then restore, which is essentially doing restores a new course. And finally, we can restore into an existing course. This, we can point it, this content that we have from this course, we can restore that content into a different course altogether, right? That we may have. It will show us our options that we are part of, what we control, and we can do it. So we're just going to go ahead with restore as new course. I'm going to continue. Oh. Select that, continue. I'm human. Then we're going to restore settings. It's going to show us again to fine tune further if we need to. I'm just going to click next. Now choose the course settings. We go through that, click next. We're going to review everything just like we did, and then finally we perform restore. Give it a few seconds. For big courses this will take a lot longer. And I'm going to use the magic of internet. We're done. Continue. And we have successfully learned how to back up and restore course content. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out.